Hello and welcome to Let's Play Stardew Valley, episode 91. Here in the morning of year 2, fall the 13th. Hop out of bed, water that cactus. Nothing on TV. Stepping outside here, we got a letter. Well, I know a couple of recipes. I thought I'd send you one. Maybe it'll help you mine more ore or something. Take care. Clint. New cooking recipe, bean hot pot. Thought I already knew how to cook bean hot pot. Wasn't that an Emily recipe? Now where's the bean hot pot? There we go. 2 green beans. Plus 30 max energy, plus 32 magnetism. Lets you suck up more ore and stuff. Advertisement. Pierre's General Store is now open 7 days a week. That's something that happens after Joja Mart closes. Pierre's is now open 7 days a week. Dear Ryan, I've unlocked the back room of the shop. Come by when you have a chance. There's something I want to show you. Willie. We're going to uncover the mysterious back room of Willie's shop. Dear Ryan, I was conducting a field study the other day, and I found this specimen. I hope you find it as interesting as I did. Signed, Demetrius. He gave me a bream. We got some wheat here. Let's go ahead and harvest that up. Pet the Fartomo. Grab some pine tar. Stash the hay. Stash the pine tar. Looks like my fairy roses are finished growing over here. Yes, fairy rose honey. It's the most valuable honey in the game. See how much it sells for. Got 4 trees ready for the chop over here on Tree Isle. We're gonna take care of that real quick. Always replant the trees for sustainable forestry, of course. Head over to the barnyard. Oops. I think everybody is petted. Yep. Grab a truffle. Grab some cow juice, grab some goat juice. Stash the wheat. Put some milk in the cheese machines. And we're going to grab 24 IPAs. Toss in 24 more hops. I'm going to try to harvest those fairy roses, but it's going to be kind of annoying, owing to the fact that there are multitudes of different colors and qualities. Chop down a mahogany tree over on Western Isle. Harvest 6 apples and 3 palms. Let's check out the money shed real quick. Oh, nothing is ready. That's good. That means I don't have to mess with the money shed for the rest of the day. Grab a diamond from the crystallarium. Sell the diamond, sell the truffle. Why don't we check out the greenhouse real quick? Not a whole lot in here, honestly. Grab green beans, blueberries, and hops. Sell the gold and silver green beans and the silver blueberries. Keep everything else. I'm gonna try to harvest some fairy rose, but it's gonna fill my inventory right up. Yep. I just grabbed 14 wheat, which I'm going to put in the mill. Alright, let's try to sell some of these fairy rose and stash some of the fairy rose. Actually, what I think I'll do is I will make this... I'll make this flower chest into a big chest. Let's begin the painful process of doing that, shall we? can mine this yellow chest here. And I'm going to go ahead and stash it in this big chest. I'm going to build a brand new jumbo chest, for which I need 120 wood, 2 copper bars. Big chest. Plop down the big chest. Color it yellow, of course. I'm going to transfer all this stuff back. I'll be able to store pretty much all of the flower color varieties in this chest here. But I still have to be a little judicious about what I use the space for. Like gold star flowers, I'm not going to keep in here, I'm just going to sell them. Alright, so with that done, I now have a big chest for my garden supplies, if you will. Alright. Now let's harvest the rest of these fairy rose. Plant 2 broccoli seeds. Before I get too distracted, I do want to go to the store and get some seeds. Run into Dr. Harvey. He says, when you eat certain foods, you'll perform better. Perform better, huh? What do you mean by that, Dr. Harvey? I just got a quest from Robin to deliver wood to her, but there's no need to do that other than maybe to get the achievement for multiple deliveries, because I'm at 10 hearts with Robin already, and that number will not go down. Welcome to Pierre's. Pierre says, "This is a dream come true. You can't begin to imagine how much stress Jojamart was causing me." Alright, what are we going to do here? Let's buy fairy seeds. So I want 7 plus another 7 plus another 8. So 22. Then we'll get 16 amaranth seeds. Sheen the bag. Might as well give him a beer. He says, if I could reset my life, maybe I'd start a chicken farm. Only free-range eggs, of course. I mean, you are an unemployed loser who lives in Stardew Valley, and your Aunt Marnie does have a farm, so you starting a chicken farm is not really unattainable. Can't find Caroline anywhere. Talk to Alex here. He says, I think you can find salmon in the river this time of year. Try giving Alex a goat cheese. He liked it, and now I'm at 5 hearts with Alex. Trying to find Caroline or Granny Evelyn. There's Penny. She says, "Hi, Ryan." There's Jody. She says, "I'm so glad you're trying to improve that old farm." Trying to improve it? I have improved it, alright? Oh, man. Walked into Granny Evelyn and Grandpa George's house, and I get blindsided by a cutscene. George is trying to get a book off the shelf. He says, "I just can't reach it. If only I could get up from this infernal chair." Let me guess, he's going to get mad at me for trying to help him. He says, "Thanks, young man." No, he didn't get mad, surprisingly. He says, "It happened 30 years ago. I was working in the coal mines. We were near the end of our shift, but there was one last scene that needed to be broken up. I went in there aiming to set off a stick of dynamite, but my foot slipped into a crack and I dropped it. The dynamite exploded on impact. The next thing I remember, I was laying in the hospital, and they told me I'd never walk again." So there you have it. Probably figured I was just too old to walk. Well, I'll have you know that I'd be sprier than a spring chicken if I hadn't been in that accident. "You've been very nice to me, young man. I appreciate that. When you're old, you start to forget that anyone cares about you." That was surprisingly wholesome. And now there's a second cutscene with Granny Evelyn, who says, "Oh, Ryan, you're wondering what that good smell is. But that's nice of you to say. I'm actually baking my famous cookies. Here, why don't you try one?" Well, what do you think? Choice of "it's delicious" or "it was like chewing on a hockey puck." Of course we're going to say it's delicious. She says, "Thank you. I think I've come to know you well enough to give you my recipe. Just make sure to keep it a secret." I learned how to make cookies. Alright, finally, I can give Granny this tulip. Oh, never mind, not necessary. I'm already 10 out of 10 with her. "It's lovely to have the old community center back. We have so many memories from the old days. It's a special place." I'll give her the tulip anyway. And then Grandpa George, who I am 6 hearts with. He hasn't actually gotten a lot of gifts, because I knew from the outset that he liked pickles. Or, leeks, I mean. So why don't we try giving him pickles? He liked the pickles. And now I am 7 out of 10 with Grandpa George. You know, I'm going to go ahead and do this Robin quest for the 35 wood, just so I can start working on the delivery achievement. I think there's an achievement where you have to complete 50 deliveries or 100 or something like that. Back on the farm, we're going to throw down some amaranth. We're going to pick some fairy rose, leaving one fairy rose standing so that any honey that spawns will become fairy rose honey. I'm going to toss these fairy roses in the big flower chest. We got a shimmery spot over here. Why don't we try panning for it? There we go. I got 4 iron ore. Not too bad. Go and brew up some iron bars. Over here on Oak Isle, I'll go ahead and throw down some amaranth. Plant more fairy rose, and then I'll go ahead and pick these 7 here, leaving 1 standing. Well, Lee is my girlfriend now, but I didn't see her today, and I don't think there's any penalty for, like, not talking to your girlfriend for an entire month. It's kind of funny. For roleplay reasons, I will try to go talk to Leah more often than normal. What to do? Why don't we go... Let's just do a little spot of fishing. Here at the mountain lake. We'll do like 3 fish. Still need that largemouth bass. That's a chub. Green algae. That doesn't count. I want 2 more fish. This one's got a treasure chest. I got a bullhead and some bullhead roe. Interesting. We'll do 1 more fish. Yeah, it's gonna be a carp. I don't even have to do anything. Alright. Fastest way to get home is via the minecart to the bus stop. Go ahead and sell the chub, the carp, and the bullhead. Sell the mushrooms and the hazelnuts that I found. We'll keep the moss And the deluxe bait. And the bullhead, the bullhead roe. Grab these 2 iron bars. Off to bed. Ooh. It's a cutscene showing the Joja Mart. Creepy abandoned Joja Mart. They got struck by lightning and the door opened. Or the door was blown open, rather. I got 9,200 for the day. Waking up on year 2, fall the 14th. It's a rainy day. Pet Fartomo, he gave me a piece of driftwood. Water the cactus. Oops. Queen of Sauce. Greetings, it is I, the Queen of Sauce, here to teach you a new mouth-watering recipe from my secret cookbook. This week's dish is blackberry cobbler. This one always reminds me of Stardew Valley. There's a few days in the fall where the valley is overflowing with the most delicious blackberries I've ever tasted. If you can get your hands on some, I'd highly recommend them for this simple cobbler. I learned how to make blackberry cobbler. And not to be confused with blueberry tart, even though they sound like almost the same thing. Blackberry cobbler is 2 blackberries, a sugar, and a wheat flour. Alright. Oh, look at this. We got pumpkins. We also got a weird recipe from Shane. In the mail it says, "Hey Ryan, I found this recipe in a magazine. I thought it sounded interesting. Feel free to give me a taste if you make it." Heh. Shane. Give me the recipe for something called a strange bun. Here's the strange bun. Requires wheat flour. Okay, so far so good. A periwinkle, which is a weird little shellfish. And something called void mayonnaise. I have not seen void mayonnaise yet. Although I do know what it is because I've played the game before. So we'll have to be on the lookout for something called void mayonnaise. Got another recipe from George. He says, "Figured I'd give you this recipe I had laying around. Try not to burn it." George. Give me the recipe for spicy eel. How do you make spicy eel? Eel and hot pepper. Description says, "It's really spicy. Be careful." Yeah, be careful with my spicy eel. Alright, let's harvest these pumpies. Unlike in year 1, we're not going to be selling any of these pumpkins. We're going to be keeping all of them to get turned into pickles and juice, of course. And also there's like 1 or 2 recipes that use pumpkins as well. Grab some maple syrup. I'm going to store a gold star pumpkin in my chest here. What else we got? We got beets. Picking some beets. Sell the gold star. Keep the 11 normal beets, and then turn the silver stars into sugar. Now keep like 5 normal pumpkins for cooking. On Tree Isle we got 4 trees. Ready for that chop. Didn't get any seed drops, strangely enough. Pick out a fairy rose honey. Gonna go straight to the money shed, which is full of pickles and things. And I'm gonna put all these pumpkins in here, along with the cactus fruit. And outside here, I'm going to grab some wheat flour, 14 units. And we'll toss in some beets. Alright. I actually don't have enough inventory space to deal with all those pickles right now, so I'm going to come back. Picking some broccoli. Interestingly, I just dug up a warp totem of a beech variety. I gotta put this on pause because my inventory is full. So let me go deal with that. Sell the broccoli. I don't need the beech totem for anything, so I'll just sell it. Sell the fairy rose honey. Stash the wood and the hardwood. Sell the truffle. Stash the wheat flour and the broccoli. Now I can do animal chores. Petting the barn animals. Getting some goat juice, or cow juice, excuse me. Here in the coop, we're doing pets. Grabbing lots of eggs. It's Eggapalooza. All animals are petted. Let's check out some other parts of the farm here. We got more pumpkins. Yes, indeed. Pumpkorific. Also got 2 pine trees ready for the chop over here on Western Isle. Plant them back for sustainable forestry. More apples and pomegranates, and more pumpkins. Alright, I got a lot of empty crop area, so we're going to be buying some seeds today. Okay. Harvesting pickled eggplant, pickled garlic, strawberry jelly, pickled green bean, blueberry jelly, cactus fruit jelly, and melon jelly, and coconut jelly. I'm gonna go ahead and, what are we gonna do here? Strawberry jelly? Strawberry jelly, we'll do grape jelly. All out of melons. We'll keep doing strawberry. And then we've also got a ton of cranberries to do. All right. Everything is all jellied up here. Selling the pickled eggplant, pickled garlic, some of the pickled green beans, some of the mayonnaise. Selling off most of these IPAs from yesterday. Selling cactus fruit jelly, melon jelly, coconut jelly, strawberry jelly, blueberry jelly. Now it's time to go to the store. All those pumpkins are going to get planted back. I don't know exactly how many seeds I need, but I'm going to default to about 150 seeds, just for a wild guess, you know? See if this makes any dent in my finances whatsoever. I'm starting at 983,000. It's a decent investment. Paid 15 grand for 150 pumpkin seeds, but you know, 15 grand is like a moderately good day on this playthrough of revenue. Go ahead and plant those pumpies back. Okay, I've got 80 seeds in the ground. planted 127 pumpkins. In the greenhouse here, we're going to grab 5 ancient fruit wines. Place them with 5 ancient fruits, of course. And we've also got a bunch of other stuff. Pickled eggplant, grape jelly, coffee beans, rapidly losing my inventory space, of course. Stash the coffee beans. Grab the cheese. Sell the ancient fruit wines, the grape jelly, and the pickled eggplant. Stash the moss. Stash the pumpkin seeds. I'll go ahead and make 2 kegs while I'm thinking about it. Put 1 keg in here and 1 in the money shed. Alright, I got everything picked. Sort of a farm-heavy day today. Stash the hops. Stash the grapes and the cranberries, and we'll go ahead and throw down another keg in here, into which goes a starfruit. And for the rest of the day, I will do some fishing. Oh, I missed that cast. Got something on the line here. What could this be? A bream? Okay. Something very dirty. What in the world could this be? Oh, maybe a catfish? They do come out in the rain in spring and fall. Could it be a catfish? That's exactly what it is. Got a walleye. Alright, I think that might be enough fishing. I think I'm going to wander around Cindersap Forest here and kind of just do a little bit of foraging. I've also got a map of the forest open here on my phone, which I'm using to figure out if there are any intruding trees that might have been added by the green storm. So far I haven't seen any. All of these trees are legit. They are all covered in moss, but that's not necessarily a problem. It's 12:30. It's time to go home. Go home and get to bed. Pan for an ore spot, and I got 5 iron ore. Just gonna sell all these fish. Actually, I think I'll smoke the catfish because it'll be more profitable that way. Smoke that catfish. Believe it's time for bed. Nice. 42,500 for the day. My big earners were the pickled garlic at 2,300, 3 mayonnaises for 1,200, 3 cheeses for 1,400, 22 pale ales, 9,200, 6 melon jellies, 4,600, 5 ancient fruit wines for a total of 11,500. The walleyes and the bream got me about 600-ish. And the truffles, of course, got me somewhere around 1,700. Waking up in the morning of year 2, fall the 15th. That's going to wrap it up. Peace.